I picture endless spreadsheets, right? Late nights, calculators, the works. But what if I told you that whole world is being completely transformed? Today, we're going to take a look at how business AI is flipping the script, turning the finance department from a back office chore into a strategic, data-driven powerhouse. Let's see what a day in this new life actually looks like.
So to really get a feel for this shift, you gotta look at the before and after. For decades, finance has been reactive, always looking in the rearview mirror, buried in manual tasks. But now, with AI, it's becoming proactive. It's automated, it's forward-looking. And look, this isn't just a minor upgrade, it's a total reimagining of how finance actually adds value to a company.
All right, let's start our day in the life by diving into the classic pain points. For years, a finance professional's morning was a total grind. We're talking manually reconciling accounts, digging through stacks of invoices to find one tiny discrepancy. It's a mountain of analysis that's not only super time-consuming, but, it's also a perfect recipe for human error. But this is where AI just completely changes the game. We're going to see how intelligent automation can take on all those tedious morning tasks, freeing up these really smart, skilled professionals for the work that actually requires their brainpower and their creativity. Let's check out a perfect example. Okay, picture this. The first thing you do in the morning is open a crazy full inbox and start hunting for emails that have journal entries attached. Then you've got to open the file, manually copy the data, and type it all into the system. Every single keystroke is a chance for a mistake, and the whole thing just creates a massive bottleneck right at the start of every single day.
Now watch how that entire headache just disappears. With SAP's process automation, a bot is now watching the inbox. It automatically grabs and uploads the journal entry files, proposes the entries in this super user-friendly app, and then it just waits for a person to give the final okay. The result? A huge boost in both speed and, maybe more importantly, accuracy.
All right, let's tackle another massive headache, GR/IR reconciliation. Put simply, this is just making sure the bill you got from a supplier actually matches the stuff you received. Sounds simple, but it has to be perfect for your financial reports. And trust me, doing it by hand can be a total nightmare, especially during that frantic rush to close the books at the end of the month. And this is where the magic of machine learning really shines. Instead of a person digging through lines and lines of data, an ML service, which is basically a system that learns from data to spot patterns, is now monitoring these accounts 24/7. It analyzes everything, flags any issues, and get this, it even suggests how to fix them. This turns that frantic end-of-month fire drill into a smooth, continuous process. So, with the morning's repetitive work totally handled, our finance team can now pivot to more complex stuff in the afternoon. And this is where AI shifts from just being about automation to providing real, actionable intelligence, especially in the very delicate world of customer collections and disputes. So let's bring a new person into our story to see this in action. This is James. And thanks to AI, his job has totally evolved. He's not just some guy chasing down late payments anymore. No. He's now armed with tools that help him become a proactive problem solver, someone who's focused on keeping those customer relationships healthy. So what's his secret weapon? It's a tool called Intelligent Collections Management. And you shouldn't think of it like a simple to-do list. It's more like a super smart system that chews through a ton of data to tell James exactly which customers to focus on right now to make the biggest impact. So how in the world does it do that? Well, it's not magic, it's just data. The AI looks at deep historical patterns to predict when a customer is probably going to pay. It analyzes their entire payment history and can even scan recent emails or messages. This lets James organize his work with a level of efficiency that was just impossible before. Of course, disputes are going to happen. It's just business. But even here, AI makes the process way smoother. When a customer raises an issue, a bot can automatically shoot them an email to gather more information. And here's where it gets really cool. It can use sentiment analysis, basically reading the emotional tone of the reply to flag customers who seem really frustrated. This lets James jump on the most urgent problems first. Okay, so we've seen automation and intelligence down in the daily tasks. Now let's zoom out. Let's go up to the management level. We're moving beyond the day-to-day operations to see how AI delivers those big picture strategic insights that really drive the business forward. So meet Ella. She's a project controller, and she is incredibly busy. Her job is to make sure major projects are profitable, and she absolutely does not have time to dig through dense, static reports to find the answers she needs.
She needs data, and she needs it like right now.
And this is how she gets it. Using a digital assistant called Joule right from her phone, Ella can just ask a question in plain English. No complicated formulas, no navigating through a maze of menus. She just talks to it, like she would talk to a colleague. And boom, she gets an answer, instantly. Joule doesn't just spit back a number. It gives her a clear, visual insight, like this simple bar chart. In just a few seconds, Ella knows if her project is on track. This lets her make faster, smarter decisions that keep her projects in the green and help the whole business grow.
So, as our day in the life of a modern finance team wraps up, it's pretty clear we're watching a massive transformation unfold. Let's just take a second to recap what this all really means for the future of this profession. This is the key takeaway right here. The whole story has changed. The value of a finance professional isn't about how fast they can punch in numbers anymore. It's now measured by their ability to use these amazing AI tools to interpret data, give strategic advice, and create real, tangible value for the entire organization. And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. When AI is handling all the routine number crunching, the skills that are uniquely human, strategic thinking, creative problem solving, building relationships, they become more valuable than ever. So what does a finance team look like when it's fully empowered to focus on those skills?